Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I want to do a journal with me video in my Traveler's Notebook. This Traveler's Notebook is part of the One Book July Challenge, and this notebook is actually created by Bree. She's a documented journey on YouTube and Instagram, and she hand makes these beautiful journals. So this is one of her journals that I purchased, and I'm almost finished, and I can't wait to show you a flip through. So yeah, I thought I would do a journal with me. I don't think I've done one in a while, so I don't know what it is about this notebook. It's so much fun working in it. I just gravitate towards the pages, and it just pulls me in. And I don't know what it is this month, but thankfully the creativity was just nonstop for me this month. And yeah, like I said, I can't wait to show you my completed journal. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sticking down some vintage paper and some pattern paper that I received from Playlist Blue, and she also has an Instagram as well as a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, some people, even myself, from time to time, I get very intimidated with this white page, and I don't know where to begin. And when that happens, I always resort to sticking down or collaging paper bits and just let the momentum go that way. Yeah, I just really thought the papers that Maria, Payless Blue, the papers that she included were very pretty, and it was very like a neutral color, so I decided to add that to the background. With this journal spread, I wanted to use my die cuts and the really pretty scrapbooking papers. These little die cuts you see here, like the clear ones, the acetate ones, I tend to hoard them because they're so pretty and cute, and I'm always telling myself, oh, I can use it for a certain page or a certain time, or like if I make a specific album for my daughter, I can use these really pretty acetate pieces, and I always hoard them that way. But I decided to finally use them. I have to thank oh hi Joy, because she sent me a whole bunch of really pretty ones, and I'm finally putting them to use. And you can see I'm just sifting through some of the die cuts here. I put them in like a little baggie from IKEA. That way I don't have to keep the big bulky box, and I just keep the packaging, like the back part where it has all the die cuts, like the image of all the die cuts, and then I just put them in a baggie and then I store them away. This one here, I took a picture of my daughter. She enjoys swinging from the handle, door handle, and I just stapled a clear acetate die cut and like of a crown, and I just stuck those pieces together. And then these little circular die cuts, they're like vellum pieces, but these pieces I believe are from Studio Calico. I bought a whole bunch of sets during one of their, I think it was like an end of year sale or something like that, where a lot of their items or like embellishment packs were heavily discounted. So I finally decided to use some of those in this spread as well. I'm using this circular vellum piece as a tuck spot, so I just staple the corner there, and that way it acts like a tuck spot, and I can fit that photo or like nudge it into the corner. I hope I'm making sense. Then I'm just taking some washi tape and adding a bit of color to the bottom there, and the washi tape also helps it reinforce it a little bit. And because the left hand side of that circle vellum piece was a bit loose, and unfortunately I ran out of staples, so I just added some washi tape instead, so it acts like a more secure tuck spot. I'm sorry, it's like past 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm doing this voiceover, so I feel like my words aren't really flowing as nicely, and I could easily just, I guess, play some music and post it up on YouTube, but I really enjoy watching like voiceover videos or videos that have some talking, and so I try and make an effort to produce the same or create the same content as well. I know a lot of you enjoy the chatter and the randomness, so I hope you don't mind that my words aren't really coherent right now. But anyways, moving forward, I added some washi tape at the top there, like a beautiful vintagey type of floral washi tape at the top to add a bit of color. And then I'm going to add, because the right hand side is also white, I wanted to kind of balance it out, so I'm adding more of the like vintage paper. And I've received a lot of these vintage papers from London Gifties. You probably know her, she's quite famous on Instagram as well, but a lot of the vintage pieces can be purchased from her. I find it difficult to find these types of papers here in Japan. Yeah, they're just not really readily available. It's not like you can just visit a Goodwill or a Salvation Army. Like, they don't have those kinds of things here. They have like what is it called? Like recycle shops or second hand. The words aren't coming to me, but you know what I mean. Like, they have those types of shops, but they don't really have vintage books or anything that are there. So I'm very thankful to London Gifties for these vintage type of papers, or these vintage papers. And just applied some double-sided tape because the vintage paper is quite fragile, and sometimes I feel like if I'm rubbing the glue stick too vigorously, then it could easily be ripped. And it's just a background, so I just added some double-sided tape and stuck that there to the back. And this is another die cut piece from the package that I opened up earlier, and just kind of playing around with what I could add, or how I could add the photos to my journal spread. And I ended up taking the clear acetate one. It has a unicorn on the back, and I decided to just adhere one of my pictures to the back of it so that you can see the unicorn a lot better, because when it's clear it's harder to see. I'm really happy that I was able to use up a lot of the vellum circles and a lot of the, not a lot, but some of the die cuts from the scrapbook pack. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called. It's like an ephemera pack, or like a die cut pack that's usually used for scrapbooking. I don't know if there's like a correct terminology for those specific packs, but I'm really glad that I was able to use up a whole bunch in this journal spread. I think I should like do like a rotation and make sure that I'm more aware of what I'm using, because I always gravitate towards the same things like watercolor and stickers and washi tape. Sometimes I use stamps, like, I guess not rarely, but not as frequent enough as I would like to. But I should do like a rotation where I take one pack of die cuts and make sure I use up all of those before moving on to the next one, or like just rotate and kind of go through my inventory, I suppose, instead of just keeping them in my drawer. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to use up a whole bunch in this journal spread. And yeah, so I don't know what else to really talk about. The photos in this journal, or the photos that I'm using here, are photos that we took while we were waiting for our food. We decided, I think this was my daughter's birthday. I think we decided to go to like a kaiten sushi, which is one of those like rotating sushi places where the different or various sushi platters, I guess, kind of rotate on this conveyor belt, and you just kind of pick up what you want. We usually just end up ordering instead of picking those up. I don't know, I just have my husband and I don't like to pick up the plates that have been kind of rotating around. I don't know how long they have them out there, but we usually just end up ordering the various sushi plates. But anyways, so those photos are from that, I think it was like a lunch date, and we were just waiting, so we were just taking some silly photos. And yeah, I did a tip in right in the middle there with the unicorn, like the clear unicorn acetate, and I just stick a washi tape tab and you can see there I'm just kind of snipping the ends there so it's like a flag or like a tab. And I believe that's all I do for this journal spread. Oh no, wait, I feel like the right hand corner at the top is a bit bare, so I'm just collaging some washi tape, and I believe that's it. So here's how the journal spread looks like. I hope you enjoyed watching. I want to say thank you so much for sticking by, and I always really appreciate your comments and support, and I just want to say thank you so much again, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.